Welcome to the Church of Perpetual Life, and my name is Neil Vandry. I'm your officiator here at the Church of Perpetual Life. We are in Zoom this month and next month, and we will let you know when we will be again meeting in person here at the church. And of course, we will always be having the Zoom connection for you as well. In addition to Zooming tonight, we're also live streaming through YouTube. Tonight is open microphone night, and we have a pretty full slate of speakers. During the talks are many speakers tonight. If you have any questions, please put your questions into the chat box in the comments box, and I will convey your questions to the speakers after the presenters, after their presentations, so long as we have time to do so. Our next meeting will be scheduled for the 4th Thursday in September, so that's September the 22nd, and the speaker will be announced on our website and in our newsletters. If this is your first time joining us at Perpetual Life, I'd like to invite you to also join our email list where you can get updates on all that is going on with super longevity so that you may have longer and healthier lifespan. You can join our email list simply by emailing me through the website at www.perpetual.life. Please join me in the recitation of our creed. We believe that all of life is sacred and that we have been given this one life to make unlimited. We believe in our Creator's divine plan for all of humanity to have infinite lifespans in perfect health and eternal joy, rendering death to be optional. By following our gospel, we achieve eternal life, creating a heaven here on earth. We follow Nikolai Fedorov, who taught that the transcendence of the Creator will only be solved when humanity, in our unified efforts, become an instrument of universal resuscitation. When the divine word becomes our divine action. And we follow Arthur C. Clarke, who said, the only way to discover the limits of the possible is to go beyond them into the impossible. And so we enter each day energized in spirit and empowered by the words of our prophets to live in joy, serving our Creator and all of mankind forever and ever. I'd like to share a couple of the events that are coming up. First, I'd like to tell you about the Rad Fest. The Rad Fest is this year in person, live in October the 6th through the 9th in San Diego, California. Please go to the radfest.com website to sign up for this amazing event. And you can use the special discount code when you sign up, and the code word is Perpetual. We'd like to share with you a RadFest video so that you can see a little bit about what RadFest is. So RadFest has a complimentary webinar this Saturday, August 27th at 11 a.m. Pacific time. and they will feature some of the pioneering longevity experts. This is a free webinar. You can join and see a little bit about RADFest. If you've not been, this is a great way to know about it. They'll have Dr. Aubrey deGrey. They'll have Liz Parrish from BioViva, Dr. Robert Lufkin, clinical professor of USC School of Medicine. They'll have William Falloon, who's the founder here of the Church of Perpetual Life, Dr. Sandra Kaufman, who wrote the Kaufman Protocol, Dr. Bill Andrews from Sierra Sciences, and the webinar will be hosted by James Stroll and Bernadine. So that's this Saturday, August 27th. You can go to the RADFest webinar. That's 11 a.m. Pacific time, 2 p.m. Eastern time. Just go to the radfest.com website and you can get the information on this and get registered for it. I'd like to also quickly tell you a little bit about Aubrey deGrey's special event coming up, the Longevity Summit in Dublin, Ireland, September the 18th through the 20th. Go to longevitysummitdublin.com for details, and Aubrey will be speaking a little bit about this here in just a few minutes. Let's not forget about Transvision Madrid 2022, which is in mid-November, November 11th and 12th. And there's optional tours before the event, and Jose Cordeiro will be speaking about that later this evening as well. Now, if you have not yet signed up for cryonic suspension and you're curious about cryonics, feel free to contact me, get in touch with me, and I'm happy to get you more information about cryonics. Also, we have the special religious objector to autopsy cards available for all of our members and who are cryonicists. Please send me an email with your name and street address, and I'm happy to email you a card. I like to carry mine in my wallet next to my driver's license. The Church of Perpetual Life, this church is a science and faith-based transhumanist church. Our faith is in the Creator and in humanity to find ways toward healthy, unlimited lifespans. Now, we have many speakers tonight, so let me first give you an expected schedule for all of our speakers, and please keep in mind that this order of speakers may change as we progress. First, we have a fun video by Charlie Kam. The video is Undoing Aging. After that, we have Aubrey deGrey, followed by Valery Chuprin with a presentation on age reversal. Next will be Gennady Stolyarov, who will talk about the new Transhuman Club, followed by Jose Cordeiro, who is always a joy to have speak. And then Joe Kowalsky will tell us a little bit about the Cryo Prize. So first, let's bring up my friend, a great man, Charlie Kam, who I first met at one of the Venturists meetings in Laughlin. Charlie has many wonderful and fun transhumanist videos, and tonight he will introduce his video, Undoing Aging. So help me welcome Charlie Kam. Charlie.
Hey, Neil. Hey, thanks for inviting me. I really appreciate it. I cherish your friendship. It was always it was great when we met, and it's great to sustain that for so long. So this what you're showing tonight, Undoing Aging, it's a short film. The title is actually reflects Aubrey's book, Ending Aging, because I remember hearing once that he would have preferred to call his book Undoing Aging, so I thought I'd use that title. But it really is. It was a short film that I put together that I entered into a contest, and we did get a little award for it. But it was supposed to reflect the idea of why aging needs to be considered a disease, and why it's not just for the wealthy, and some other things. And it was a fun little video, little short film that we put together, and that kind of covers it. We did show it at RADFest a few years ago, but I'm glad that you're able to show it tonight. So I hope you guys enjoy it.
Hold the elevator, hold. I guess we're on the same floor, huh?
I guess so.
After you. Hey, I see that we're neighbors, huh? I don't remember seeing you before, but it looks like you're a doctor?
Yeah, I'm Dr. Adlix, working on anti-aging. We're about to start human clinical trials.
Oh, well, that sounds really interesting. Hey, maybe we should get together for a drink sometime. I'd like to learn more about it.
Oh, thanks anyway, but I am really busy. Maybe next time.
Dad, where you at? Dad, come on.
What
Are you doing? What are you doing?
Reading the science.
We got no time for that. Come on. I gotta save you. I'm gonna save you. You're gonna be safe.
What are we doing here?
Don't worry.
Oh, what's going on?
Well, I wanted to bring my dad back because he wanted to find out more about your anti-aging thing, if that's okay. Because can we come in? Can we come in?
Oh, okay. Come on in. Have a seat on the couch. First, the most important thing you have to understand is that aging is a disease.
Aging is a disease? What are you talking about? That aging's not a disease. What do you mean? What are you talking about?
Actually, aging is the worst disease. Did you know 100,000 people die every day because of age-related diseases? Which means one person dies every second.
Every second?
As we get older, our tissues wear down and we eventually become susceptible to the many diseases that we can no longer fight off. So if we can stop aging, we can essentially fight off those diseases.
Aging is natural. You're not supposed to interfere with nature. Time for my pill. High blood pressure pill.
But wait, see? Right there, what you just did. You took a pill to help you with your blood pressure. You basically just interfered with aging. And there's nothing wrong with that. Because whether you believe we got our brain from God or evolution, they're there for us to use them to better our world and ourselves. And with the way science is progressing with rejuvenation therapies, it looks like we will all soon be living at least 150 years, possibly more.
He's 90 years old. He can barely walk. If he didn't have a diaper on right now, things would be pretty messy in here. No way he wants another 60 years of this misery.
Wait, that's not what she means. Is it?
The kind of life extension I am talking about wouldn't just keep us alive longer, it would actually improve our health immensely so that we'd have younger bodies again and therefore be living in a great shape indefinitely.
Well, this all sounds great, but it also sounds like it's going to cost a lot of money, and we haven't got that kind of cash to spare. It is going to cost a lot, right?
You're right. It will cost a lot.
Ha! See, I told you.
At first. But just like the development of any technologies, it starts out expensive, then very quickly the price point drops while the quality improves. Just like what happened with cell phones. And these new treatments are coming to us faster and faster. Some are already here, and it's important that you take advantage of them. So, would you like to sign up?
So does that mean I have to bring my dad to see you every day for treatments?
No, he will be at my clinic for 6 months. So, would you like to live long and prosper?
Dad, you're home. So how did it go? Holy cow! You look great!
And I feel great. That treatment really worked. I feel like a kid again.
This is great news. Now I can go out and celebrate with Dr. Radlix. Dr. Radlix, I was just coming to see you. Wow, you look great too. Anyway, I wanted to thank you for what you did for my dad, and I guess you're here so we can go out for those drinks too, right?
Oh, sorry, but I already have a date tonight.
You already have a date? With who? Excuse me? Dad? See you later.
Bye.
Oh, Dr. Alex, wait, 1 second. I had one more question for you before you go. Well, I want to know, yeah, he looks younger and everything, but he's still 90 years old, and, you know, there's a big age difference. What do you have in common?
I guess you didn't read my book, the one your dad was reading. Maybe you should. Have a good night.
You know what?
Thank you, Charlie. What a wonderful video. Now, before we go any further, I'd like to mention that there will be speakers tonight, some that will have opposing views with other speakers tonight. So we don't specifically endorse our speakers, but we are giving you the information that they have on age reversal so that you can make your own informed opinion as to what is the best route toward age reversal. And it's our job, I think, to bring the information and for us to discuss and talk about them. Everyone may leave here with different ideas and different approaches toward your own age reversal procedures. If you'd like to see any more of Charlie's videos, his wonderful videos can be found at www.charliecam.com. You can go there and see some other wonderful videos that he has. Now we have Dr. Aubrey deGrey. Dr. deGrey has been called a crusader against aging. He has drawn a roadmap to defeat biological aging, and he believes, as I believe, and as many of the members of the Church of Perpetual Life believe, that the first person to live beyond 1,000 years old has already been born. Dr. deGrey is an author and biomedical gerontologist and is known around the world for his passion for research of medical technologies that will enable people to live unlimited lifespans. Please help me welcome Dr. Aubrey deGrey, my good friend.
Well, thank you so much, Neil. That was a very kind introduction, and I'm delighted to be here. This is, I think this is the first time I've spoken at the Church of Perpetual Life since probably 6 years ago when I spoke in person, and I'm delighted to be here. I'm only going to speak for 7 or 8 minutes or something like that, because I don't. Well, there's a lot of things that I would love to be talking about today, but which I will in fact be talking about at the conference that Neil mentioned in Dublin 4 weeks from now, or thereabout, 3.5 weeks. I'm obviously hoping that as many people as possible from here, from the church, will be there, though I know it's a long way to go. And for those of you who can't make it all that way, I will also be at RADFest. I won't be speaking at RADFest per se, but actually Jim Stroll asked me to give away the Bacon Prize this year. This is a prize that Jim and Bernie created about 3 or 4 years ago, and actually I was the one who came up with the name. It was named after both Roger Bacon and Francis Bacon, two rather important pioneers of thinking about the defeat of aging from the UK from many centuries ago. So I will be intrigued to discover who is the recipient to whom I'm going to be giving this prize this year. I don't yet know who that is, but I'll certainly be there. I'll be very much enjoying being back in person at RADFest and enjoying the company of everyone there. But yes, the conference in Dublin will be a really big deal. So as I'm sure all of you know, the term undoing aging has been used before to name the conferences that I helped run in Berlin in 2017 and 18, probably, something like that, maybe 18 and 19. They were a continuation of the conference series that I ran in Cambridge starting in 2003. And so this Dublin meeting will very much be the, what an entomologist would call the third instar of this. In other words, the revival of the conference series that are of the sort that I like to run, with a great emphasis on the informal interactions, the recreation, also great science, of course, and really community building. So it's going to be fantastic. I'm so looking forward to it. It's been so long since COVID shut down the Berlin series. And it's looking like, obviously the program you can see online, it's looking fantastic, but also it's looking like there will be a lot of people there who are, including newcomers to the field, which is of course what a lot of this is about. So this is going to be fantastic. I can't say much more about what I've been doing, but I will say it in a month. All I can say is that I have not been inactive at all over the past year. I have got quite a lot done, and that will be expanding into a lot of other ventures over the coming months and thereafter. So yes, you'll be seeing plenty of me. But other than that, really, I just want to say, I want to thank everybody here for the support that you've shown me over the past year, which I'm sure you all know has been a little bit difficult for me. And I can assure you that I will be, just as major a contributor to the field, both rejuvenation per se and also cryonics, going forward, as I have been in the past. So I think I'll just stop there and let other speakers take it from here. Thank you.
Thank you, Aubrey. Appreciate you being here tonight, and I wish you great success over there in Dublin. So we have another speaker tonight, and he is Valery Chuprin. He's born in the Ukraine. He is 71 years old, living in the USA since 1990. He's an architect by education. He's married, has 3 children. Valery came to this theory that he's going to show you on aging and rejuvenation in 1985. He will now present for us. So help me welcome Valery Chuprin. Valery.
Very good. Thank you very much. Let me read my article. Good evening, everyone. My name is Valery Chuprin. I am independent researcher into the nature of aging and death. Like you, I don't want my body to grow old and decay. I am the author of the concept that explains that aging and death are optional. A person can maintain his body in young form, and already old body can rejuvenate. The human body has powerful recovery mechanism for this. The concept is based on experimental work carried out 100 years ago by a group of researchers, pictured, who proved that a living organism does not contain genes and aging programs and can recreate itself without time limit. This is Lorraine Loss Woodruff, Alexis Carroll, Rhoda Ortman, Sergei Metalnikov. And they, Alexis Carroll claimed that all cells continue to grow indefinitely. Rhoda Ortman got 8,000 generations with no sign of destruction of aging, like this. The body ages and collapses as a result of weakening over time interaction with the surrounding nutrient medium, in increasing deficiency of oxygen, nutrient, which weakens vital processes, affects organs, and destroys the entire body. In 2003, the result of the long-term decoding of the human genome was announced. Genes, mechanism, and programs of aging and death were not found in the human genome. not found. This means a person does not understand the nature of his aging. Therefore, he allows the aging process to develop, which kills a person in the end. It also means something else. When a person understands the nature of aging, he will be able to maintain his body in young, healthy, and beautiful form, even in his 100 years. Without understanding the nature of aging, people rarely reach the 100 years of age. This concept explains the physical nature of aging, shows the way to avoid aging and death, and explains the medical way to restore the young structures and functions of the old body. The concept was presented at 2 international congresses of gerontology and geriatrics, 2005 Kyiv, Ukraine, 2013 Seoul, South Korea. It was published in the specialized journal Age, 2006. He has a positive review of Doctor of Biological Sciences, Professor Antamonov, 1989, Kyiv Institute of Cybernetic, Ukraine. The concept has no critical remarks. I would appreciate your criticism. Your knowledge is enough to see the errors and point them out. Aging and death. What destroys and kills all people? Today we will look at the cause of mandatory death from old age. What it is, how, and why. Every death has a cause. Doctors, pathologists, and medical examiners will all confirm this. There is no death without a cause. The cause of death is usually based on structural disorders of an organ or group of organs and the loss of vital functions. There are many organs that be diseased too. Ischemia and different kind of diseases kill body. People treat diseased organ so as not to die from disease. They strive to restore healthy structures and function to the diseased organs. Page number 5. Medicine has learned to treat many diseases that were previously considered incurable. But there is an organ in the body that is slowly being destroyed, killing the whole body, but no one is curing it. Moreover, they sometimes forget to depict it in textbooks on human anatomy. This is the skin. You can see the outer organ, the skin is missing from these pictures. Human anatomy. Internal organ, but no skin. Anatomy human, no skin here. Sometimes it is shown in small in size. As an unimportant organ. Also, it is the largest in the body. As a result, this organ is destroyed, but no one attached importance to this and does not heal it. You see. Page number 7, please. But there was one scientist who drew attention to the outstanding functions of the skin. He stated that the skin is the outer brain, the outer nervous system, the circulatory system, the endocrine system, and many others. This scientist is British-American anthropologist Ashley Montague. In his book, Touching the Human Significance of the Skin, he writes, "It is strange that we should have waited till the middle of the 20th century to pick up on the importance of this tremendously complex organ, the largest organ in the body, which most of us thought was just a covering to prevent us from falling apart. The skin is the external brain and nervous system of the body. Thus, the scientist Ashley Montague confirmed the idea of his previous colleagues that aging and destruction of the body begins and develops in the membrane of the body. Therefore, in order to avoid the natural loss of cell generation, the scientists, Alexis Carrel and others, the scientists transplanted each new generation into a fresh nutrient solution. As a result, they received thousands of healthy generations from one cell instead of the average 50, according to the Hayflick limit popular among scientists. The Hayflick limit is a concept that helps to explain the mechanisms behind cellular aging. The concept states that a normal human cell can only replicate and divide 40 to 60 times before it cannot divide anymore and will break down by programmed cell death or apoptosis. Only 40, 60 divisions, but not thousands. Page number 9, please. Since ancient times, people have associated skin aging with aging of the body. They felt that healthy and young skin means a healthy and young body, even if it is already many years old. People therefore try to heal and rejuvenate the body membrane, skin structure, and function. That is, people for centuries and millennia have intuitively associated the aging of the skin with the old age of the body and its subsequent death. And people were looking for ways to heal and rejuvenate the aging skin. Why did the researchers who discovered the immortality of living organisms grow old and die? What is common between uncellular organism and human organism that grows out of it in 270 days? The researchers were unable to transfer the result of their experiments from a single-celled organism to the human body. They ignored the meaning and power of the cell theory. The cell's theory, biology, a basic tenet of modern biology, first stated by Matthias Schleiden, Theodor Schwamm in 1838-39, that cells are the basic unit of structure and function in living organism. Human body. Infinity of cell and human organism is detected visually. The cell membrane is the skin of a human body. The cell core is its heart and internal organs. The cytoplasm is blood, lymph, kinetic tissue, tissues, and so on. That is, the improvement of the body's membrane in the experiments of researcher in order to prolong the life of the cell has been practiced by people since ancient times in procedures to improve the skin and stimulate its activity. People understood that young and healthy skin, as well as athletic muscles, demonstrate the youth and health of the entire body, even if it is already well over 50. Was like this one, by his 75, become very strong man. Develop his muscle, body, skeleton, but not skin. Everybody can see his age by 80. The cell itself, one can see, is arranged in the image and likeness of the atom. Most space objects are organized according to the atomic model. Atom, cell, body cross-section, planet, sun, universe. But this but encyclopedias and Britannica in particular do not see the relationship between the cell organism and the human organism. This is impossible in nature. Britannica, human body, the physical substance of the human organism composed of living cells and extracellular materials and organized into tissues, organs, and systems. Not a single word about the relationships of two organisms, a cell and human. Muscles and skeleton, we know, can be developed regardless of age. And why not heal aging skin? Fill it with fresh blood, additional oxygen, revitalize it with nourishing creams, and the old skin will rejuvenate bloom like a dessert after rain. Let's do that. It is easy. It is not easy, but it is possible. The skin, like muscles, like skeleton, comes from stem cells, has the same properties for development. Let a person make himself full-blooded, smooth, radiant, young skin. Now it is already possible. In combination with other achievements of modern and predecessor gerontologists, this path can be considered a real salvation from old age and death. It can be offered to people. And as one modern gerontologist who dedicated his life to the fight against old age and death for youth and life, said, perhaps there is a person among us who will live to be 1,000 years old. Let's hope that is the case. And the old sick body will become young and healthy again. Our 100 old bodies may well be so young and beautiful. No one else will call such a person an old woman and old man. Summary: membrane energy concept of aging and rejuvenation. According to the experiments and conclusions of biologists Lorraine Los Woodruff, Alexis Carrel, Nobel laureate, Rhoda Ordman, Sergei Metalnikov, a living organism contains programs for its development, but not for aging and death. And the membrane is the first organ subject to senile destruction. According to the cellular theory, all organisms are arranged in the image and likeness of a cellular organism and inherit its properties of aging and death from the outside to the inside. According to the cellular theory and experiments of the aforementioned researchers, the cause of death, which is now obligatory for people, is the visible structural degradation of the skin covering. Improvement of the skin will allow people to maintain the body in a useful form and live without old age and death. And final, I want to tell, God made man for perpetual life. Man kills his body. Thank you for your attention. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, Valery. I am looking for questions and I don't see any questions on our live stream. Let me see if we have any questions here for you. I don't see any here, but I want to thank you for your presentation tonight and the great amount of work you put into it. I know that you've been working on this for many years, actually decades. So keep up the good work and stay in touch with any new findings.
You're very welcome. Thank you.
Anyone has any questions for Valery, just email them to me and I'll connect you with Valery.
Yes, I am always ready to go.
Well, first, let me tell you that Jose Luis Cordeiro Mateo, our speaker, is a Venezuelan Spanish engineer, economist, futurist, and transhumanist. Last but not least, he's worked on different areas, including economic development, international relations, Latin America and the European Union, monetary policy, comparison of constitutions, energy trends, cryonics, and life extension. He is known around the world for his latest book, The Death of Death, which we have here at our library at the church. So let's welcome Jose Cordeiro. Jose.
Yes, it is a pleasure to be with you. And also, let me tell you about my book with my co-author, who is also connecting. He's right now in Vancouver, Canada, David Wood, who is my British co-author, and also the person who wrote the prologue of the book, Aubrey deGrey, is also here with us. So I am really proud that David and Aubrey are with us here today. And I am living now in Madrid. You can see the beautiful city hall behind me. That's the Madrid City Hall. It's not real time because right now it's almost 2 a.m. in Madrid. So it's not daytime, but that city hall is beautiful. And the fountain, in fact, that fountain is worldwide famous because when Real Madrid, which is the Spanish football team, the Madrid soccer team, when they win, they celebrate in that fountain. And there are parties continuously because the Real Madrid is always winning in Spain, in Europe, and in the world. Anyway, that is a little bit about Madrid. And here in Madrid, we are organizing many activities related to longevity, which is Plan A, and then also cryonics, which I call Plan B. As I mentioned, with my fantastic co-author, David Wood, and with the prologue by Aubrey deGrey, we have this book called The Death of Death, first in Spanish, then Portuguese, then French, Russian, Turkish. In fact, I just came back from Turkey. I was talking about my book in Istanbul and also in Georgia, the Republic of Georgia, not Georgia, Atlanta, but the country south of Russia in the Caucasus Mountains. And I was also talking about my book in Russian there. And now it is coming out in Chinese and in German, actually. So we are really excited. In Russia, actually, it is very popular in 2 different covers. You can see the book in Russian. They also changed the title a little bit. It is not called The Death of Death, but Death Must Die, which I like very much. Death Must Die. And now that we have some wars still in the planet, we should really kill death and kill all wars. I think this is what we have to do. I also invite you all to come to RADFest. We are going to be going, many of us here, to RADFest, October 6, 7, 8, 9 in San Diego, California. after some time that we couldn't meet in person. So it will be a great opportunity to talk about the latest developments in longevity and rejuvenation technologies. And for Plan B, I want to invite you to come to Madrid because we are organizing the first cryonics response training in Spain. And we are having some of the speakers here again, like Aubrey deGrey. He will be in Madrid with us. And also David Wood and some other people will be with us. We are trying to advance the cause of cryonics, also legally. And in fact, the first session will be with the most important lawyer in Spain, talking about cryonics, how cryonics has to be legal and has to be the #1 alternative for the people who unfortunately die for the time being. Anyway, so we are going to have this event on November 12th, 13, which is a weekend, Saturday and Sunday. And 2 days before, Thursday and Friday, November 10, 11, we are going to visit many of the UNESCO World Heritage sites around Madrid. Madrid is surrounded by incredible places that has been recognized by UNESCO as some of the most incredible historical places in the world. So you are welcome to come and visit us. And just to put this in context and to finish, I want to show you a very quick video about cryonics. And this is also an idea of someone who was born in 1962 and then dies of a heart attack in 2022, this year. And then he is cryonically suspended, and then he is reanimated in the future, in the 1950s, and then he is rejuvenated in the he is reanimated in the 2050s, and he is rejuvenated in the 2060s. So let's watch that short video, and all welcome to Madrid, please. Audio. So that is a quick introduction of what we plan to be doing in Madrid to advance the cause of cryonics in Spain and also neighboring countries. There will be participants from many different parts of Europe and outside, like Natasha Vita-Moore. She will come and she will talk about her research at Alcor. Actually, you might have seen some of the images in the video where Max Moore appears at Alcor We also have some images from Cryonics Institute. And among the speakers, we will have the CEO of Tomorrow Biostasis, the European Biostasis Foundation, which is located in Zurich, Switzerland. And it is an incredible facility. They just began operating this year. And it is led by a medical doctor, Emil Gennady Stolyarov. His last name is complicated for me, but anyway, Emil, he's a medical doctor who studied medicine in Germany, and he leads this initiative, even though he's based in Berlin, Germany. The facility, the cryonics facilities are in Zurich, well, just north of Zurich, crossing the Rhine River, in the border with Germany, in between Switzerland and Germany. So things are moving in Europe also, and we want to help this cause in Spain, in Europe, in North America, all throughout the world. So all of you are welcome to Spain, and let's keep on pushing for cryonics and for a better life, plan A and plan B, just in case. Thank you.
Thank you, Jose. That was wonderful. All right.
Is it on YouTube, your video, Jose?
Yes, actually it is. And in fact, I will send the link so that it can be shown also in the YouTube channel. And also we have a second video with the tours so that people get excited to come to Spain, to go to Segovia, Avila, Alcalá de Henares, where Miguel de Cervantes, the author of Don Quixote, was born. I mean, the beautiful places we will see around Madrid. Yes, so we should share the videos. Thank you very much for pointing that out.
Thank you, Jose. Great. All right. So we move now to our next speaker, a friend of mine, Joe Kowalsky. Joe was born and raised in the Detroit area in an Orthodox Jewish home. Both his parents are teachers, a fact he feels encouraged his own lifelong love of learning. He recalls that he first became aware of cryonics when a 7th grade science teacher brought some cryonics materials to class, and Joe was hooked. For the next 15 years, Joe kept abreast of the movement, eventually becoming an associate member of the Immortalist Society, and he is today an officer with the Cryonics Institute. Let's welcome now Joseph Kowalsky. Joe.
Now, I'm used to talking for a longer period of time, as most of the people here know, unfortunately. So cut me off if I talk too long, but I'll try and keep it short. I did want to mention the CI annual meeting, Cryonics Institute annual meeting, which is coming up in September the 11th. So this is on the cryonics.org website. And if you go down to where it says latest news, you can get to the annual meeting. It's in person or it's also on Zoom. In 1980, my family went to Rochester, New York for my cousin's bar mitzvah, and we stayed with some friends of ours there. And while we were there, 3 kids were hit by a drunk driver and killed. One of the kids, one of the children was a 13-year-old girl, the daughter of the people we were staying with. And she's gone. We still think about it. Flash forward 35 years. There was a 14-year-old girl in England who had cancer, and she wanted to be cryopreserved and had to fight for that, actually, and is now at the Cryonics Institute. She decided to take the ambulance to the future in the hopes that we'll be able to cure what ails her and give her a chance at life. You know, a lot of people talk about anti-aging research and think about people who are in their 70s, 80s, 90s. And I do think that in reality, that's a very short period of time if we take a look at history. But we can also think about the 13 and 14-year-old kids who haven't had any chance at life. And what a great opportunity this could be. And that's where we have to move forward. Recently, the Saudi Arabian government gave $1 billion, or is in the process of giving $1 billion to life extension research. I'm excited and I'm fearful at the same time, because whenever a government, especially what one might call a totalitarian government, gives money to research, there's always a fear they'll keep that research to themselves. And we certainly don't want that. And that's why I always say that it's our job to go out there and do what we can to make sure that this research is available to everybody. We are given great gifts. And whether you're a believer in a God or a creator as I am, or you're not, we have these gifts from somewhere, and I think we have a responsibility to utilize them. We can't wait and depend on others. We're also in a kind of a discordant time, both in the United States and around the world. And discord tends to be the antithesis to achievement. If everybody's fighting with each other, they're not going to be helping. You know, if we're sitting on the deck of the Titanic and everybody just starts, fighting with each other instead of trying to get into the lifeboats that exist, nobody's going to be saved. So it's very important to remember the new saying that we have for the Oregon Cryopreservation Prize, which is, life's tough. Let's help each other. And I hope that everybody just thinks about that. So, cryonics. We all know about cryonics, but what will it take to have cryonics succeed? Well, you can't have whole body suspension or even neurosuspension without being able to vitrify organs. So we came up with this idea to have the Oregon Cryopreservation Prize, a prize for the first person or group that successfully vitrifies and revives to full function one of several mammalian organs. That's the start. And that's also something that a lot more people are interested in today's day and age. I don't know why, but people are just not that interested in cryonics for the most part. But they are interested in organ transplants. I've talked to, I can't tell you how many people since 2013 about this project. And everybody that I've met, except one person, has told me that they know somebody who needs or who has had an organ transplant, or they know somebody who knows somebody who has. All but one person. And everybody that I talk to about this is excited about it. So let's use that. Let's use that excitement. There is government-sponsored research going on right now into this. It's through the Department of Defense. But we also need to work on it ourselves. We cannot, as I said, just depend on the government to bring it about. A lot of research comes about in small research labs, not necessarily, sorry about my talks next door, not necessarily in large research labs. So that's why we have the Cryo Prize, the Oregon Cryopreservation Prize. And if you go to www.cryoprize.info, you'll find it there. You could see where you can donate. You can watch the video. You could share this with other people. We have a threefold project. One is to educate people. The second is to encourage people to support the government research. And the third is to support research in small labs on our own. And we need support. And one way that you could support us is by, if you use Amazon, using the Smile Amazon feature, where Amazon will donate to the Cryo Prize. You don't have to pay any extra. You don't have to do anything. You just have to sign up for it. It's under the Immortalist Society. We're a project of the Immortalist Society. You could sign up under smile.amazon.com, and anytime you buy something on Amazon, and I'm not encouraging people to buy on Amazon, by the way, do what you want. But for people who do, they'll give money to this project at no cost to you. So why not do it and tell your friends? We have two new people involved with the Cryo Prize. I'm very excited to say at least one is on with us. I'm not sure if both are. Kelsey is on the call tonight, on the Zoom call, and I want to introduce her to say hello. Kelsey is based in Rochester, New York, and she is now running she's now running our web page and our Facebook page, and is helping to develop very exciting projects into the future. And I'm going to let you say hello in just 1 second. And I'm just going to mention Diego, who's based in Mexico City, and he has created the Spanish Cryo Prize Facebook page. So Kelsey, if you'd like to take it away for a minute, just introduce yourself, say hello, and tell people what they can do to help us out.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Joe. So it's I'm just honored to be in such a room full of researchers and developers. And what I've been learning from Jay Cryan as I dive into this world is like, none of us are not touched by the problem that we're facing. Like, for example, my significant other had stage 4 colon cancer at the age of 36 and had to have parts of his body removed and reconstructed and all of that. And I just wonder to myself, like, if there were better solutions available, like all of the things that you have been talking about this evening as far as aging and staying healthy, could that have been prevented? And then if it had been any worse and he needed a transplant, would he been able to get one? So really what you guys can all do to help raise money for this very awesome prize is to just tell your friends about us, educate, talk about it. We don't have to sell. We don't have to stand on a soapbox. All we have to do is talk about our own experiences and the experiences of our loved ones in order to continue to raise money so that we can further this cause. So thanks so much, Jay. And I'm very excited to be here tonight. And thank you, Neil, for running such a wonderful meeting.
Thank you, Kelsey. That was, I should just let you talk. I should shut up. What she said is right. And you know, one of the most significant things that I learned about organ transplants is how many organs we lose. We lose about 80% of the lungs that are donated. They're not utilized. They can't be utilized. And part of that has to do with the time frame involved. We only have about 8 hours to transplant lungs. And if you go to the video that we have on our website, it goes into more detail about this. But if we could find a way to vitrify this organ, even if it only means keeping it for a day or a month or 2 months, that'll help millions of people and might alleviate the organ transplant shortage. So we need your help. And just remember that impossible is just a big word thrown around by small people who find it easier to live in the world they've been given than to explore the power they have to change it. Impossible is not a fact, it's an opinion. Impossible is not a declaration, it's a dare. And from my perspective, the heaven is the heaven of God, the earth he gave to the children of Adam, that's us. We got to do something about all this. So if you would, take a glance at www.cryoprize.info, at the Facebook page, and please help us help make organ transplants safer, less costly, and more available. Thank you so much for taking the time to listen. It's wonderful to see all of you here tonight, and I look forward to hearing what everybody else has to say.
Okay, thank you, Joe. I don't see any questions at the moment, but we can always go back to those. And obviously, as with everyone, if anyone has any questions and we go beyond that, feel free to email me and I'll connect you with the speaker. Thank you, Joe. What a great presentation.
Thank you, Neil.
So now go to our next speaker, and I'm very happy to introduce Gennady Stolyarov II. He's the chairman of the United States Transhumanist Party and the Transhuman Club. He is an actuary, independent philosophical essayist, science fiction novelist, poet, amateur mathematician, composer, and the editor-in-chief of the Rational Argumentator, a magazine championing the principles of reason, rights, and progress. He has authored the book Death is Wrong, the first illustrated children's book on life extension in 2013, and we thank him for donating some of these copies to our library here at the church. Gennady regularly produces YouTube videos discussing life extension, politics, philosophy, and related subjects. Every Sunday at 4 p.m. Eastern Time or 1 p.m. Pacific Time, he hosts the Virtual Enlightenment Salon on his YouTube channel, where he invites leading thinkers in science, technology, philosophy, culture, and politics to share their ideas and engage in in-depth interdisciplinary conversations. Welcome now, Gennady Stolyarov II. Gennady.
Yes, thank you very much, Neil, for that generous introduction. I am quite pleased to be here speaking to all of you at the Church of Perpetual Life. Today, I would like to discuss a recently initiated affiliate organization of the United States Transhumanist Party, whereby we are trying to branch out and grow our movement while at the same time creating a hub for our transhumanist and longevity community to get together and interact and share ideas, share people's creations, and figure out constructive ways to collaborate. I am referring to the Transhuman Club, and if I may share my screen, I can show you the website of the Transhuman Club in just a moment. So this is the website of the Transhuman Club. You can access it by going to transhuman.club. It is still very much a work in progress, so I would be quite interested in getting your feedback on it, as well as getting you to sign up for free here within the members tab. You would be able to sign up via email or link your Facebook or Google account to this website. We have a forum for members to make posts and interact with one another. And we also have a lot of media on this site. This website was designed by Jason Geringer, who also serves as the legislative director for the US Transhumanist Party. He is quite talented at creating animations. You see here the Grim Reaper getting zapped, and then a celebration in this.
We don't see it. We don't see it, Gennady.
You don't see it. All right.
No.
So I will try to share my screen there. Now, do you see the fireworks?
It's a blank screen at the moment, but let's go. Here we go.
Yes. So this is the landing page of the Transhuman Club. And you can see here the animation that Jason Geringer has created with the Grim Reaper getting zapped. And you will see the fireworks coming up shortly. There is a variety of animations and artworks throughout the site, and members can also share their own. So as you're aware, there has been recently a significant amount of progress in artificial intelligence for image generation, and a variety of platforms such as DALL-E 2 and Disco Diffusion and Midjourney have emerged. So some of our members have been experimenting with creating artworks of futuristic cityscapes or other kinds of imagery about what life in a society that has overcome aging and death and the numerous other perils that befall us today will be like. We do have an art gallery here on the website, and you can see this is a futuristic solar punk type of vision. We have some variations on the city of Coruscant. We have the city of New Anti-Death, which is a painting that I commissioned, where DALL-E 2 was applied to create certain variations that are quite intriguing, actually. So we also have videos of our virtual enlightenment salons that you can watch on the website, and I will navigate to that section shortly, but you can see there are some very interesting architectural designs here, and many of these were generated by AI, but you can see we're trying to invigorate this sense of techno-optimism, this sense of possibility about the future with these kinds of images, and we invite members to create their own. So we have, as I mentioned, a section for our virtual enlightenment salons, where in a refined setting, you can view some of our recordings of extended conversations with transhumanists, with scientists who are pursuing advances in longevity. We have here, for instance, Liz Parrish as one of our guests. We have Dr. Jose Cordeiro, Dr. Terry Grossman among our guests, and many others as well. We have an education section on the site, and the education comprises essentially a series of online modules that one can complete at one's own pace. This is also a work in progress, but we're trying to essentially get people to be able to go through content in a structured way and be able to demonstrate to others that they have read a particular work or answered some questions regarding it, and that could perhaps unlock some possibilities within our forum, certain discussion groups that people could engage in. But the general idea of the Transhuman Club is to appeal to people no matter what their specific set of interests within our community might be. So the Transhumanist Party focuses on policy and politics, and we understand that not everybody is politically inclined, or some people might have hesitations joining a political party for whatever reason, or some people might be in other countries, even though the Transhumanist Party is open to international members. Those people might not be comfortable for whatever reason, maybe based on the regime of the country in which they live. But the Transhuman Club, because it is apolitical, can overcome all of those limitations. So we'll be focusing on art, culture, science, networking, project collaborations, the ability to harness emerging technologies to create new kinds of works and new kinds of media. All of that will be a part of the Transhuman Club. Again, if you want to join, you can set up your own page as a member. You can contribute to the blog that is on the site and really make this what you want it to be. Also, please serve as a beta tester for this website, because we do have some improvements. This is a kind of beta version, so any suggestions would be appreciated. And contact Jason Geringer, who has put in a lot of time on the site. I think he's been doing a great job, and you can see he's quite visually talented. You can also assist him in offering any ideas that you have about making the site more user-friendly and essentially more accommodating to a variety of individual preferences regarding how to navigate the site, what features it should have, where to find particular aspects. One last comment that I will make before entertaining questions is, we've seen in the past 10 years that mainstream social media platforms have essentially been a failure. I say this as someone who has experienced the early internet, and so I remember what that was like. I remember when you had to directly navigate to particular sites and kind of consciously keep track of what communities you were a part of. And that encouraged more intellectualism, that encouraged more deliberate usage of the internet, whereas now it seems everyone just has automatically generated feeds that supply content to them, but based on what algorithms and what criteria, it's not always clear and it's not always accurate either. So I think it's worthwhile, in order to restore more of the energy of the early transhumanist movement, to return to an earlier set of structures for how we communicate and how we find information online, but of course, updated with our contemporary technological possibilities. So that's what I hope the Transhuman Club will be able to do. And it will have instantiations in the real world, meetups that people would be able to host, and collaborations that people might be able to engage in on behalf of the Transhuman Club with other organizations that themselves are not explicitly political, but might welcome something of this nature. So thank you very much. And if you have any questions, please feel free to pose them now.
Thank you, Gennady. One of the questions was for Gennady. The question was whether there was a cost to join the Transhumanist Club, and it has been confirmed that there is no cost. It's completely free. So you might enjoy joining the Transhumanist Club that Gennady has created. Another question is one for Jose. So if Jose Cordeiro can join us again, Jose, I'd like to ask if you're there, if you can answer if there is any cryonic services available in Northern Europe that you're aware of, cryonic services that you can speak of that are available in Northern Europe.
Yes. Well, as I mentioned, this new facility in northern Switzerland, in the border with Germany, it is a very good initiative, just beginning, and they are targeting Central Northern Europe. So they have an ambulance right now in Berlin. They will soon have another ambulance in Switzerland. And additionally, there are two other ambulances prepared for cryonics, one in Amsterdam in the Netherlands, another one in England. So basically, those are the four ambulances prepared for cryonics. And then there is the facility that I mentioned in Switzerland. And there is also a very small facility where they do neuro cryopreservation in Dresden, Germany. So in Dresden, Germany, and obviously in Russia, now we have two facilities because basically they split, the two groups split. So there are two facilities north of Moscow. And there is collaboration in all of these groups. And there are actually several teams working in Sweden. We had a cryonics training last October 2021 in Gothenburg, Sweden. And there are groups also in Finland, in Denmark. So yes, there are many groups working in different parts of Europe, including Northern Europe.
Excellent. All right. Great, Jose. That's great to know. And now we've passed that information on to all the others. All right. And I'd like to open the floor now to anyone that is here in the Zoom that would like to speak. This is your chance to step up. And if there's something you'd like to talk about, we do have a couple of minutes available.
Hi, my name's Naomi, and I was listening the whole time, and I thought the talk about the cryonics was wonderful, and thanks so much. I was looking into animated suspension for myself recently and decided to go ahead and go along with it. And I know people have different opinions on it, so yeah, it really helped me.
Well, that's wonderful, Naomi. And if you need more information on suspension or any of the cryonics organizations, please reach out to me by email. I'll be happy to connect you.
Thanks. I will email you just to stay connected. Thanks so much.
Super. All right. All right, so that's going to conclude our event. And our event tonight has been recorded and is available after we close. You can find it on our YouTube channel. There is a link at the top of our website for the YouTube channel. And we're grateful also to our technical director, Douglas Baldwin, for all he does and has done to produce our events. Next month, we will be in Zoom on Thursday, September the 22nd at the regular time, opening for a social hour at 6 p.m. Eastern time with a formal presentation beginning at 7 p.m. Eastern. I want to thank you for attending the service tonight. Be sure to get our monthly email newsletter for updates and information on our next service and other updates and discoveries on age reversal technologies and healthy practices. Please share this recording of this event with all of the people that you care about and join us next month for another brilliant presentation here at the Church of Perpetual Life. See you next month.
Live long and prosper.
It's called Forever Young. May the good Lord be with you down every road you roll. And may sunshine and happiness surround you when you're far from home. And may you grow to be proud, dignified and true. And do unto others as you'd have done to you. Be courageous and be brave, and in my heart you'll always stay. Forever young, forever young, forever young, forever young. May good fortune be with you, may your guiding light be strong. Build a stairway to heaven with a prince or a vagabond. And may you never love in vain, and in my heart you will remain. Forever young, forever young, forever young, forever young, forever young, forever young. Forever young, forever young. And when you finally fly away, I'll be hoping that I served you well. For all the wisdom of a lifetime, no one can ever tell. But whatever road you choose, I'm right behind you, win or lose, forever.